Go.
All right, this is a video. Again, this is one of the secrets and the sciences that we have as a give. You'll see this happening in Dallas. You'll see this happening down in White Plains. You're going to see this happening in, what do you call it, San Diego. You see a common thread over 10 years. This truck can change a little bit, but what I say is exactly the same. So, and you pretty much said, you literally have to tip everything over. Yeah, because even at the end when everybody says it's all done, I keep tipping over and I find what? Some more minor things but some more sausage rollers, which I don't need to go buy them anymore, because now every sausage roll that exists. So a lot of times when you get into a situation like this, because at the end of this job we have an option. When we take this back to LA, depending what time our flight is, right, depending what time our flight is, we either put this back into our trailer systematically or the snow shovel. So we left LA, we left San Diego, man. Were you with us on San Diego?
Nope.
No. We left San Diego, and at the end of it, did we snow shovel it or did we systematically put it away?
I can see the
snow shovel.
So whenever you snow shovel, you have to do it this way. You gotta see this as a common thread. When you watch the videos, what I want is the common thread. Not, oh, but the thing was over here when in the other video it's over there. I don't care. That doesn't mean. So the key here is knowing something, being able to communicate it, but you have to have a document. And the document is proves that you got it. So a lot of people hear it, listen to it, and it goes away. A month from now, not 2 minutes from now. 2 minutes from now it's going to go away. But a month from now it's going to go even further away. So all I'm going to do is just review with you what I have. This is my job. And it is, because I walked in here, and I need to get that. I need to hand this back to you and say, okay, got it, so this is what we do. This is how we're supposed to do it. And there's a way, every job that you properly prepare for, whether it takes 1 hour or 5 hours, I don't care. Because what happens is you'll spend 10 hours if we just did exactly what was happening here, and everybody's already running upstairs with an extension cord. Why? Because it's easy. You know what's hard? This is hard. This is a pain in the ass. This nitty gritty bullshit is a pain in the ass, but this is where I know the smarts. There's muscle and there's head. This is all head work. So everybody wants to run, grab an extension cord, grab a bucket, and they all want to run. Because you know how easy it is to change bolt? Who can change bolts? Anybody can change a bolt. They can also kill themselves because of that bolt change. But you know who can do this? You know who can set up the back end of a truck?
Not anybody.
Not anybody. So you have to have a common thread. A common thread is education, documentation. You have to have a book because that's standard. If you don't have one, and now we're going to be talking because you're going to grow from this to that. Some people start here, go there, forget this, forget that, and just all of a sudden it just becomes a nightmare. So I've already done this, and I have 10 years worth of video doing exactly this. So you don't have to use this video to learn. You can use my first video from as many years ago, and it's all over the country. But it's a common thread. There's a reason why the paint has to be on this side in the back. There's a reason why this table is always set up on this side. There's a reason why the cooler, wherever it may be, has to be on the front corner. There's a reason why tools are going to be to the front. There's a reason why we hang these things. There's a reason why we separate. There's a reason why we use these gray boxes. There's a reason why we use these black boxes. There's a reason why we have certain gloves for painting, and there's a reason why we have certain gloves for working. There's a reason for my vacuum cleaner. There's a reason for my extension cord, and there's a reason for this box truck. If you can tell me what those reasons are, if you can't tell me those reasons, then that's okay, because I'll have somebody else who knows the reason. Now they want to use you just for muscle. So a lot of times, you can't be here while we're doing this. Because this stuff takes brain, and it gets a lot of people upset. But then, when we're ready, and this is ready, now we can have as many muscle people as we need. And for a short day or long sun up to sundown days.
Short day.
Thanks, man. And don't forget, and you can extend the morning by an hour by getting some light on, and you can extend the end of the day by bringing out some flashlights and lights. So if it's going to be muscle, you want to make sure your muscle stays in whatever. But this brain stuff is really hard. So now with this coming on, so Manny, come on over. It's very important that today, because of the time it is already, that you guys only bring what you can do. So Dan, what did you tell them we're going to do on this job? Only.
We're going to start drilling all the flat plates.
Okay. And Manny, you suggested what? Do we use what? Because we had them? The 5/16 instead of the 3/8?
Inch and a half, yeah.
Okay, so we have enough to get going, so we're going to use 5/16, so write that down. Use, because it's on the ground, it's not major structural, it's minor structural, but it's still structural. We can burn a lot of our 5/16. Okay, what else, Manny, Dan, that you want to talk about here?
Randy was going to start working on swapping bolts out.
Okay, so Manny's doing the major structural, right? And you're going to have Jason just work on all the minor drilling and
Drilling, and we're going to be using, because they're only nubs, they're only stubs beneath the welded steps that already have.
yeah, we're not going to
8
touch.
inches.
We're not touching any steps today. This is tomorrow's. We'll have that meeting tomorrow. But then they come from that, they're going to go home. So if all of a sudden you guys get done drilling, throw them into painting. Throw them into something else. Don't let them leave that fire escape.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else I want you guys to touch. Yeah, I know, but we're going to get paint. I'm saying we need to find other things for you guys to be doing. And believe me, you're not going to fly through this as fast as you think you're going to fly.
Oh, that ain't
You know,
gonna be.
that
You
ain't
don't
gonna be
even
no
think about no
cakewalk.
paint today.
We're priming our connections, all right?
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. We have to find out what we have to spray
I got a
cans,
can
spray
of
knots.
One can of primer.
There you go. Good. And because some of the structural, just the easy flats, guys, is going to be easy to drill. Do we have the other machine
Yes.
for drilling?
We
Is
have
it
the
set up?
power
I
bar.
have a chain bar here, and then the other power bar is
Perfect.
right here.
So let's get that set up. Because aside from that, you're not going to use that very much, but it's going to be sitting in the box because there's going to be a couple, Manny, that you're going to use that one to do the first quarter, because instead of swapping out some bolts, Manny, you're actually going to just use that machine to do your thing. On yours, obviously, on all the easy babies, and a lot of times it's always pilot, then the drill. Pilot and then the drill, unless you do some 5/16s, which a lot of times they can be done straight shot. And since it's fired from above,
Shouldn't
you
be a
know,
problem.
you're gonna need to have some paintbrushes because you're gonna have to get away all that shavings is gonna do what to my fire escape
It's gonna
when
it's
it
gonna
rains
rust.
tomorrow, and it's gonna rain tomorrow, by the
It'll
way.
rust all over the place.
Changed.
Well, they say it's still gonna rain, but what do we have to prepare for? Even though it's changed?
Don't wake me up in the morning if it's raining.
See, this chair, I want you guys to use this on Manny. You know what this is, guys, which I'm taking with me.
Fence post,
That
bracket.
You know what this is?
That's a two-person
I mean, I
bar.
know.
So
Power bar.
He doesn't know what it is, but it's actually more beyond. Besides what it obviously
What's
is.
what's it made
I'm
out
gonna
of?
take it. No. What's it for?
Oh, it's for drilling. I know it's a
All right,
power bar. I
perfect,
thought you meant
perfect.
what's it made
This
out
is the original power bar that I made when I first that I had in Somerville
of.
before I brought CJ out here, which is, so this is probably 10 years old. And this power bar, which is hammered and drilled, and it has the thing, but it's been here, and since it came to California, it's never been used other than once, twice, or 3 times. But I've been asking to have people build these things for so long. But this is an original one that I built that was supposed to be the model for everybody. So if you're anybody that's a pro, a fire escape pro, you have one of these. You have one of those, like you have an impact gun, and like you have your great toolbox. But this is, I'm actually going to take this with me. Not that I don't want to leave it behind. This is like an original, you know what I'm saying? So I need to take it back and hang it on my wall.
Or keepsake.
Well, no, just to remind people that, everybody's supposed to have customized tools that you use if you're a professional. Every professional
I like
has their own
that,
tools. So I just found that while I was here, when me and Manny were loading it. So we're going to be drilling, Manny. You've got all the standard bolts that you need to do on here. And this is where every now and then when you start running out of activity on the ground, you want to say, Manny, let me do a couple of those. So this is the important thing. For whenever you're working with a leader, your job is to take from the leader his activity. So you make him do your job because you see what the job that he's doing you can do. And so because he's there, can you do
What he's doing.
what he's doing? Because that's not like overseeing you. So that's the opportunity that's going to come. So a lot of times when you see stuff happening, always ask your boss if you can do his job and have him do your job. So if you're painting and he's breaking bolts and it's safe and you think you can do that, it's okay for you to ask Manny, you mind if I break some of those bolts while you finish painting? Because now he becomes an instructor, but an instructor that's still painting. Yep, just like that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you got to look and create the opportunities. This fire escape is going to be the easiest for us to do.
Yeah, it is.
And so the key here is on the structural, Manny.
Yeah.
As you can see, some of these things that we're going to have to do, you're going to have to stay and work as a 2-man team while we go get any and all material. So, do we have the bolts? So,
Yeah. We have most of the boats to get going.
All right, so let me see what we have, and I'm going to test Jason now to see if he knows where everything is, because as a paint master, you're supposed to know where everything is, right? So I'm going to look over here, Manny, and you
Yeah.
watch this, and I'm going to show, no, just camera on him and me.
Yeah.
And we're going to look this way, and I'm going to test you. I need to paint this fire escape without looking. Where should I look if I have to turn around and look for paints?
Over your left shoulder.
Okay, I need to drill and probably sawzall some activity. Where would I find those tools?
In the front right corner of the truck.
Okay, I need some bolts, of various type of bolts. Where would I find most of my bolt supply?
Middle right side.
I'm gonna get thirsty. Where am I gonna get my drinks?
Near the door on the left side.
Who else gets thirsty?
Works.
So if we have some helpers that come from out of nowhere, you want them in here to get drinks, or do you want them close to the end and that's...
I'd rather be able to reach in and grab it. So
There you
I
go.
would climb up in the truck.
Sure. Now, if I need to harness, if I need to get harnessed, because I'm gonna be playing with hands, where's all my ropes?
They're fastened to the left side of the truck.
When you walk in, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the left side.
Okay.
To the left.
All right. So I'm gonna be painting. Where's my sausage roller?
Sausage rollers are in the first painter's box on the right.
Okay. And I'm gonna need
And the
some
ball bucket.
mini clamps. I'm gonna need some
There's this-
vice grips. Where's my tools?
There's a 5-gallon bucket full of spring clamps halfway on the right side. And then further down on the right side, you're going to find your C-clamps.
I'm gonna.
There are no vice
I need.
grips,
I
by the
need.
way.
It's clamp, it's clamp
a
vice
bit-
grips around, no regular vice grips.
Yeah.
so.
Depends. So I'm gonna sharpen some drill bits. Where's my drill bits?
Your drill bits are in a tray with your hand tools on the right front of the truck.
Okay. Where's my drill sharpener?
Drill sharpener is right there on the table. We don't have a drill doctor with us.
Nobody needs a drill. Drill doctor's like
I've never
cheating.
used one, but
Drill doctor's cheating. But I have a new one. Right?
I know you have one. That's why I said it's not it.
I have multiple new ones because I got some peace offerings.
We've had it with us. It's
Got a piece offering one, and we have one that
I need to. We need to. Besides,
needs wheels.
say again. Besides that, where's my electrical?
Your electrical cords, we're running low. We have a few cords here at the front of the left, right back of the opening of the truck at the door, and then the rest of them are in the house.
We have
and
two
then
upstairs,
two
Jason.
upstairs.
Where's my
That's
light?
it.
I want to say it's gonna get dark soon. Where's my light?
There you go, by your right foot.
Okay. See?
What's the
No,
light
Halogen
for?
lights that we don't use any longer. They have been phased out.
And all my safety glasses. Where are all my safety glasses?
Stuck to that wood at the front of the truck.
So how do you know all these things?
I put them there.
Ah, because you put them there. You understand? So there's a setup. That's,
We put them there. but-
yeah. But as you dump things over, and you start that's
Organizing, you know what you got to
It's
work
not even
with.
organizing. It's just separation
Familiarize.
of common things. So
You
paints are
familiarize as you organize.
right, but paints are,
At the back.
tools are,
front.
hand tools, right?
Right.
Table for working at, because this is going to be the work table. And then a lot of these you can, scotch tape to the wall. Why? Why? This can stay inside your bucket, or they can just stay. Because every time we have a problem, what can we do? You have a problem over there. You need to talk to me or him. What do you do?
Go to the table.
And do what?
Look at the prints of.
Say, hey, right over here, I'm having a problem with such and such a thing, and I want to do this, that, and the other thing. Say, great. What would I make you do? If he comes in with a solution, what would I make you do, or make him do?
Sure.
You have to turn it around and draw it on the backside. So that starts your elevation, cross-section, plan view, and basically, if you can draw it, you can fix it. If you can just talk it, then it's all finger puppets.
Right.
Got it? So where's my trash?
Right there. Right there.
What's wrong with that trash, Manny? Let's see if Manny remembers. Manny, what's wrong with that trash?
What? Which one?
That trash bag.
The one in the truck? It's not supposed to be up on the top like that.
See? So somebody already knows. Now, he can tell you to change it, or he can tell you why you need to change it. Which one do you think he's supposed to do?
Tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because
I know there's a reason.
the bag will rip, and you'll have trash everywhere.
Well, but it's good. I mean, it's great for if we're just throwing papers in there, but we're not. We're going to be drawing.
It's gonna break.
And by the way,
Wrong.
You got the wrong bags.
yeah, well, that's not the wrong bag. That's the wrong bag for construction, but it's
Yeah.
the right bag for paper office that we're going to have in here, right?
Yeah.
So I want my office. I was trying to get my office in here. Where's my office with my laptop and everything?
In front of the truck.
No.
It's supposed to be on the back over here on the table, or
Why
over
not?
there on that table.
Come in. Why don't I set up my laptop here?
This is separation table.
This is dirty. This is going to be a
Workstation.
dirty workstation. So I need a place in the corner because I want to sit, open up my laptop, have access to drinks, and everybody comes in. And Cisco, I have a question. I got plenty of light. It's so uncomfortable. I can't be efficient in the front. I'll do what I can, but so in a typical setup like this of a 4 to 5 man team, not a 3 man team, a 4 to 5 man team, we're 4. I'm number one because my job is to be in here, and I need a radio, which we have some radio. We got the walkie-talkie radios.
You brought 2 of them.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, they're in the front. I brought them. So now, what's the walkie-talkie radios for?
Talk back to the.
So talk back to who? Talk to the guy on the laptop. That's going to be me, unless I'm going off. Then we need somebody else to change and be part of the thing. So you know what I'm saying? This video is part of my library because I'm making it. So the opportunity here is every time you create, you train, or whatever, make a video, put it in your library so you can use it to help everybody else.
This video can be
There's
part of
nothing other that I've done here that I haven't done somewhere else. And my videos are either 12 minutes long, 22 minutes long, or 55 minutes long. They're either just a lot more in detail of exactly what I have set up here. So now, as you set up here, now you talk, now you can say to them, and you guys have to have one final, and that final is, okay, you're looking at this, we're going to paint. Do we have enough sausage rollers? We're going to scrape. Do we have enough scrapers? The have need sheet now comes from this general conversation because you need to get you guys out. Do we have enough extension cords? For a normal setup, no, but for this setup where we just go in, plug in, and take it right back with you because somebody's going to steal it, we may have enough. But that's not for me to say. That's for you guys. Do we have enough 3/8? Do we have enough this? Do we have enough that? Well, that comes from conversations as you guys are talking because very shortly, we're going to lock this baby up. Do we have a chain for that ladder? Where do we want to put that ladder? Constantly in here, or do we have a place we can chain it with a nice lock? So,
We can put it right in here. It will go from corner to corner on the
no,
table.
Guys, I know, but we're talking about something different. You know, do we have everything we need?
In a different neighborhood, yes, we could lock it up.
No, I'm just talking about for day-to-day normal activity. I brought an extra lock. You saw the extra lock that I
Yeah.
put in here, right?
We got them both.
It's in the
Yeah.
back, right?
So you can put our ladders together and chain them up with a standard thing, get a heavier duty lock from the system. Yeah, but the main thing right now is even though it looks like we wasted today, we didn't. Because right now I can be somewhere over there with you and I said, hey, I need a drill. You're going to say, where is it in the truck? You're going to tell me where it is because you already have a photographic mind. Because you put it together. So this is how I work. And now the only reason I can walk in here and I can shoot you out of here and I still know where everything is why? Because as soon as I stepped in, what did I start doing? You want to do the same test with me and tell me where everything is? Because all I did was just walk in. But I set it up the way I always set it up. So I'm cheating. You set it up exactly where. Oh, where's your paint? Where's your tool? Where's your thing? Where's your other thing? You know what? Because you didn't set up your way.
Well, that's one more reason to keep it the same way.
That's why we have hundreds of the same videos. So the biggest issue is this again, and I'll use this as my final statement. Everybody has to understand that what you hear here and listen here makes absolutely all kinds of sense. Even Manny agree. Manny, agree with me?
Sure.
Look
Anything
at
you
that,
say.
look at that. So, whatever you say to a smart, well-educated person,
That was the Andre
They'll
Trump
say-
guy right
they'll
there.
say-
Poker face.
they'll say, yeah, that makes sense. But until you write it down and implement the same system, you really just gave me lip service. So I get a lot of lip service. And because you hear me doesn't mean you're going to do what I say. Just because you write it down doesn't mean you're going to do what I say. The only time I know that I have a good shot of passing you in any way is you listen to me, you wrote it down, you studied it, you wrote it down again into your book of knowledge, and then I see you implementing the very system. And then to conclude it, which will really impress me, you're starting your own library of the next truck. I bring another truck and I have totally different people, and Manny is not blessing us with his presence that day. And you've got guys that have kind of grabbed some stuff and they kind of half done it, and you start coming in and tipping everything over, everybody thinks you're crazy. What are you going to tell them?
That's how you sort through, familiarize yourself.
Wait till we're done and you have the aha moment.
Well, that's what happened when I first walked in. I said, you guys have been ready 3 times already, and I haven't let you go to work. But not because you do anything wrong, because you don't understand to what degree you have to really tip everything over. It's not that you're wrong or I'm better or I'm right. It's just that I got a master's degree in this stupid thing. And now at the very end, when you were sorting bolts, why did I want to stop you sorting bolts?
Have this car.
Because that's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to find the bolts, and I wanted you to put them all in one area. And in some cases, because there is a bucket of bolts, sometimes the only thing you can do is identify an area over there. And you basically, by the way, those black mats need to go on this job, right? Because if you're drilling up above or somebody's doing something below, you need mats to stop shit from falling in your head. But aside from that, I would find a corner and I would dump all my bolts in a corner and I would spread it out 3 by 3. Because now I can pick, because at the end it's all going to go back into a bucket, you know what I'm saying, anyway, but at least I know how many I have to start my day.
Well, that's what I was actually
Right.
sorting for, to help Manny.
Yeah. But again, we had still some other sorting to do on here, and that's what we know. So we need to know how many cocking guns we have, how many sprays we have. So
Like
the
7
beauty
cocking guns.
about this is always the same. I always need 6 primer cans. And I also always need 1 gallon of primer. I always need, 1 black can. But I'm gonna need now a gray. You know what I'm saying?
Or 2.
You know what I'm saying? On this, because it's a special color. But there's always my hats, my glasses, everything is really about the prep. Because once you get prepped now, my God, everybody can just get busy. And if you put me on a phone, or whoever is the second guy on a phone, hey, I need to sharpen some more drill bits for me. Great. Stop what I'm doing. I send over there, drop it in your elevator, and you bring it up. Like you said, Manny. Hey, you don't have to go buy that elevator cord because we have one here. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Elevator cord is always made out of a quarter inch nylon. Why? Because we don't put heavy shit in there. You start using one of these ropes, you miss the point. The point is, so he's using the other one. The most important thing is that every time we go to a job site, you know what we always bring? We always bring 200 feet of clothesline. Why? Because we are always going to need it. It's either going to make a temporary elevator or, whatever the
String a
situation.
ladder to a U-Haul, or
For that, you'd use this. So again, this is the kind of stuff that we, as you start understanding and watching video after video after video, the common thread is the commonality. That's what you have to learn in this company, is what is common amongst all the videos. We can do it a little bit different in every one of the videos, but there's a common thread, and you just repeated it. You're one of these people that I said, look here, tell me where everything is. So you have a photographic mind. You know, many people don't have photographic
I
mind.
don't want to say photographic, but
Well, that's what it is.
Thank you.
It's where is it? It's over there. Where's the thing? Where's the ladder? Where's the plank? Where's the? If you could say, because
It's on the roof.
you're gonna have kids that are gonna come here who are all muscle, and they're not worse than you. They're not. They just don't want to turn this
they have
on.
a purpose. They have a purpose.
They have a purpose. So, but now because they don't have a brain, and you start sending them to go do things, and all of a sudden they come back missing things, you start yelling at them. Now you don't understand your job.
That's my fault.
Your job is supposed to know, okay, I have a guy that has a brain and a body, uses both. Okay, he can only do certain jobs. I have a guy that only has a brain. Well, he can only do certain jobs because he's no good for the muscle. And then I have guys that are all muscle. Now you have a 5-day week. Now what do you have to do?
Delegate.
When do you want your muscle? What days?
Tuesday to Thursday,
How long?
12 hours a day.
When do you want your brains?
Monday and Friday.
To do what?
Work 8 hours.
To go get stuff, right?
Get stuff.
Because when the kids show up, what do they want to do?
Work.
Muscle.
Right? So, you understand? So where's the money? Is the money in muscle or muscle and brain?
Muscle and brain.
Because the muscle is just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But the brain is 5 days.
5 days a week.
But they throw the muscle in as needed.
Muscle is needed. They're both essential.
But the muscle is useless without the brain. Brain can always make any muscle work. Muscle by itself is what?
Useless.
Standing around. You know what the greatest example of that is the oxen. You ever see an oxen?
Yeah.
Tied to a thing to
Cart.
tilt the cart or to
It
tilt
takes
the
a
whole.
brain to turn the oxen, to stop the oxen.
No,
to
you know
stop the
how they
oxen.
get the oxen moving? After you put the thing on their head and you get them in the field and you get them all ready and they got the big plow behind them.
You can whip his ass and put a carrot in front of him.
Manny knows this is from his land. How do you make that big ox which could kill you? How do you make him move forward?
Tap his ass, man.
Okay, so you tap his ass, it doesn't move forward. What's the Portuguese? Oh, the Portuguese.
Ah, vou te ficar uma
so you
agulhazinha.
don't hit him with a stick.
You poke him a little.
How sharp is the end?
Tip.
With a little sharpie tip, you go dink in his ass. Guess what happens?
And he jumps.
He moves forward. He doesn't move left. He doesn't move right. All that powered muscle, you just go dink, and he goes. But who put the thing on his body? You know, the thing around his neck.
The human.
The farmer, the brain. Who put the plow in the field? Who knows what part of the field to plow?
The
And
person.
who's going to be using his muscle once that bull starts moving?
The brain.
No, the farmer.
The farmer. He's going to have to manhandle that thing. But prior to all that, everything started with the farmer making sure. So we got plenty of muscle out there, guys. our biggest problem, we're going to have our biggest fights with everybody, is clearly how much value you're giving to brain. If you give very little value to brain, that's the problem. You don't understand what's going on, you gotta go.
Then there's very little value to you.
If you understand that if you give more value to muscle than you do to brain, you gotta go. But as soon as you realize that your whole future is based on brain and some muscle, because this muscle out there is endless. It's endless. But you gotta be ready for the muscle.
Hey,
Got it?
this is Bronco Heels.
Thank you. You can shut it
here
up.
for tonight. So you guys.